as we roam the aisles of Kohl's in search of who knows what. We are preparing for November.
So I spent 9 hours in India on Thursday. 4 of those were in an IKEA. 3 hours and 45 minutes of that was being lost in IKEA. And now later today I've got to put a bar up to hold ladles in the kitchen somewhere. Forks, spoons, whatever it is, I don't really know. And you ask why I do this? It's because I am preparing for November.
Don't try this at home, kids.
So it's my birthday. And guess where we're going? Yes. Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carson's. And do you know why we do this stuff? Look. There she goes. We do this. Oh, hold on. I gotta go in the store here. Oh, look, here we are with our shopping cart. Because we were preparing for November. So here I am. It's August 8th, I think. It's hotter than the devil's toenails outside. And my wife has to work. So what does a loving husband like me do today? I go get her and her coworkers a lunch and hand delivering it to them to the hospital. And why do we do this? Because we're preparing for November.
I'm driving around, checking bean fields, looking for a buck in particular, but I've not found him all summer. Matter of fact, for the last 2 summers, I've not seen him in the field anywhere, so I don't know where he goes in the summertime, but it's not where I go looking. But seen a few deer out, one field that's just plumb loaded all the time. I don't know what's up with that field, but it's crazy. There's 30 deer out there every night. Still haven't seen a bona fide shooter from the truck driving around looking. They're out there somewhere, I'm sure. I just haven't seen them. And why do we spend 3, 4, 5 evenings a week driving around looking for deer in the fields? Because we are preparing for November. Well, we've been to Terre Haute shopping for community kitchen and shopping for our card club, and now we're going to church to drop off the community kitchen food. And Annie is all smiles over there, you can see it, and she loves this. But we spend this time together. Why, Annie? Oh, because we are preparing for November. It's August the 12th, out here at the property, planting some radishes. We got standing corn here, which you can see this end of it, the deer have just wiped out. So I'm gonna end up putting some radishes out there, just broadcast them on the ground, hope they come up. Some winter rye, some cereal rye, see if it'll come up just to kind of fill in where the corn was gone. My intent was to leave 16 rows of corn along this end for the deer, and they ate it all before it got there. So I got a little bit. You can see that strip of Egyptian wheat coming up. Planted it kind of late so it would stay green throughout the early part of the season anyways, and hopefully it'll create a screen so once they shell my corn I can get in and out to a blind. There's right down there's a platform. I'm gonna put a ground blind on probably in the next couple weeks. Hopefully have a good stand of radishes here. I got clover right over there, a water hole right there in the corner as well. So it's a pretty secluded little zone. We'll see what we can come up with, and we're doing all this August, sweating my butt off, all just preparing for November.
And here we have it. You see this? This nice little bar. And here we are again. It's Tuesday, I think. And there's my lovely wife and her coworkers, and that one left us.
Oh, she's back.
I brought lunch again.
33.
And why did I bring lunch again?
Preparing for November.
Going to do.
Get a massage
And why are you getting a massage?
because you're preparing for November.
Yeah, buddy. What are these things? We got the Big Game Captain XL. We got 4 climbing sticks. And we are getting ready. We've got most of our stands up. These are the last few that we need to do. We just need to replace some. We are getting all this, and we will be preparing for November.
It's August the 16th. Out here doing a little tromping around in the woods. Noticed I just came from right back there behind me. I cut across that little hay field up along this bean field. I jumped a 3-year-old 8-pointer, maybe a 125-ish. He had several beds in the weeds on that one ridge there. So that's something we kind of look for, where they like to bed this time of year for early season scouting. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sweating like crazy, and it's only 9:40 in the morning. So it's just one of them humid, muggy days. It rained a little bit before I got here, and it's plumb miserable. So we're gonna go down the edge of this bean field, kind of check, see what's inside the woods there to see if anything's using this field, and we'll check it out. And we're doing this all in preparation for November. This here has buck bedding written all over it. It's just thick. I have a feeling I get right on the bottom side of this thick. The prevailing wind is from the west. That's looking east. And I have a feeling to go right down at the bottom of this edge, we'll find us a bed or two maybe. It just looks too good. Thick behind them, open field behind that, wind at their back, looking over an open bottom. I'll show you what it looks like from down there. All right, now we're on the east side of that thick stuff. You can see there's a shelf down there, another good place for beds. Open timber down here. This edge is really thick and nasty. There's an old bed just right there. Looks like it's not been used for a little while, but I'm sure they use it plenty during the season. Just looks pretty awesome. Go down and check this shelf out. I'm sure there's some bed or at least travel way along it.
Since we're in Terre Haute, we should probably go community kitchen shopping so we don't have to come back tomorrow.
And we agreed to this why?
We are preparing for November.
So we went to town, went to eat, and then we ended at GFS. The deal was I didn't have to drive. Look what's sitting in front of me. Oh yeah. And we do this why?
Because you love me.
Because I'm preparing for November. And still, we are preparing for November.